Jeff Tedford said something back in December after the Bulldogs won the Las Vegas Bowl. He said that victory and that accomplishment of being the first Fresno State team to win 12 games in a season was for everyone who has ever worn a Bulldog uniform. Well, that includes Marteze Waller. He wore a Bulldog uniform a few years before Tedford became the head coach. These days, Waller wears a different uniform. Here's this week's Open Mic. From 2012 through 2015, Marteze Waller rushed for 3,108 yards. He's fourth all-time on Fresno State's career list.
The best part about being a Bulldog was basically just representing the Valley, representing the Valley and putting on that jersey and giving them all for all the people around, because I know they want to see Fresno State do good. So we tried our best.
For Marteze Waller, his best was in 2014. He rushed for more than 1,300 yards, the last Bulldog running back to have a 1,000-yard season, believe it or not. It's been more than 3 years since Waller last played at Fresno State, but he's still connected to the program. He attends almost every game, and he's been known to wear his Bulldog pride at his new job as a Fresno County correctional officer.
Right after playing football, I was looking into something in the law enforcement field, and actually I saw this like on the Fresno County page. I was like, oh, I need to maybe give this a try. So look, here I am now.
Marteze Waller was sworn in as a correctional officer in October. He said it was actually an ex-Fresno State football player who told him about the job, Chris Lewis, whose brother, Donovan, was Waller's roommate at Fresno State. What's the feeling like of knowing that you are making our community safer?
It feels great. I love to help people. I love to see people doing the right thing. When I talk to the inmates, I give them, words of courage to do better when they get out.
Yes, he does. He's fitting right in. He's taken to it like a fish to water. He is a team player. He is committed. We see that day in, day out. He's out here working with his fellow officers, helping them. We love to get people that have been in sports, athletes. They're in shape. They know how to break down a problem. We find that they work good with others, and they are natural leaders too.
Marteze Waller is based in downtown Fresno at the county jail. He's a floor officer and works 4 12-hour shifts per week. He says it's not intimidating to work with inmates, and he's fine with carrying a gun.
Well, I'm pretty used to firing guns because where I'm from, I hunt a lot, fish and all that good stuff, so I grew up with it, so it's easy. It's easy to me. It's come easy.
Waller is from Eatonton, Georgia, a small town about 75 miles east of Atlanta and about 2,400 miles from Fresno, California. He could have returned home after his playing career ended, but he likes it here.
Fresno is a big city to me, and I'm from the South, which is pretty much smaller and just a lot of trees. So I just wanted to come and, stay in California and another thing, it's better opportunities out here. So
not just for himself, but also for his 2 sons. And it makes it easier to follow the Bulldogs.
Oh, believe me, I'm proud of them. I'm glad they beat Boise because me and Boise don't get along.
Marteze Waller told me he plans to, quote, reach for the stars. When I asked him about his ultimate goal, he mentioned working towards the possibility of one day being Fresno County Sheriff.